I thought my dad was deaf. Turns out, he just didn't want to hear me. For 14 years, I thought my dad was deaf. At dinner, he'd sit at the head of the table, smile politely, nod at whatever mom or my little sister Ava said. But when it came to me, nothing. No answers, no laughter, not even a sigh. Just silence. At school, kids complained about strict dads, funny dads, absent dads. I had a ghost. A man who lived in my house, ate my mom's cooking, and pretended I didn't exist. Once, I tested him. I asked if he wanted me to pass the salt, leaning forward so he couldn't miss it. He blinked at me, turned to Ava, and said, "How was your day at school?" Like my words dissolved into the air before they ever reached him. Mom said I was being dramatic. Ava whispered, "He just doesn't hear you." But I couldn't shake the feeling he chose not to. Until the day I caught him singing. Every night was the same scene. Mom brought out steaming dishes. Ava chattered about her friends, and Dad nodded along like a polite statue. If Ava told a joke, he chuckled. If Mom complained about work, he murmured, "Yeah," but if I spoke, silence. I tried everything. Asking about the weather, his favorite baseball team, even a silly riddle I heard at school. He'd glance past me like I was just another chair in the room. Sometimes I'd watch him closely, wondering if maybe he really was deaf. But then he'd answer the phone in the living room, his voice steady, confident. "Yes, Mark, I'll be there at 8. Perfect hearing, just not for me." One night, I asked, "Dad, do you ever dream about me?" My fork trembled against the plate. He lifted his glass, took a sip of water, and turned to Ava. "Pass the butter, sweetheart." That was the night I decided to test him. I couldn't take it anymore. If Dad really couldn't hear me, then I needed proof. The next morning before school, I stood in the kitchen doorway and said it loud enough for the walls to hear, "Dad, I got an A on my math test." Nothing. He spread peanut butter on Ava's toast, handed it to her, and walked right past me like I was invisible. So I tried again that night. I leaned across the table until my face nearly blocked his plate. "Dad, do you need the salt?" He blinked, slow, deliberate, and then smiled at Ava. "How was science club today?" It wasn't deafness. It was choice, and the choice was me. That night in bed, I whispered to myself, "Tomorrow, I'll make him hear me." The next day, I found out the truth by accident. It happened on a Tuesday afternoon. I came home early from school. The bus dropped us off before Mom and Ava were back. The house was quiet, except for a faint hum drifting from the kitchen. At first, I thought it was the radio, but as I stepped closer, my stomach tightened. It wasn't the radio. It was Dad. He was standing at the sink, sleeves rolled up, singing along to a country song. Every lyric, every note, clear, strong, beautiful. His voice filled the room like it had been hiding for years. I froze in the doorway, books slipping from my hands. He could hear, he always could, and the worst part, the way his shoulders relaxed, like he only felt free when no one else was around, especially me. That was the moment I realized my silence wasn't an accident. It was punishment. The moment Mom came home, I blurted it out. "Mom, Dad was singing." I heard him. "He's not deaf. He just ignores me." She froze, grocery bags dangling from her arms. For a second, something sharp flickered in her eyes. Then she smiled. That perfect, too bright smile she saved for church and neighbors. "Oh, Emily," she said, brushing past me. "You've got such an imagination." "No, I swear. I heard him. Every word." She set the bags on the counter and leaned close, her perfume stinging my nose. "Don't start making things up for attention. Your father's tired, that's all. You really want to upset him with this nonsense?" My throat tightened. Maybe she was right. Maybe I was dramatic. But later, alone in my room, I heard Dad's voice again, soft, humming through the wall. And that's when I knew Mom wasn't blind to it. She wanted the silence too. If Dad's silence toward me was punishment, then Ava was the reward. At dinner, he leaned toward her with questions that poured out like water. "How was choir practice? Did you like the science fair project? Want me to help you with homework later?" Ava's face lit up like the sun with every word he gave her. She laughed, tossed her hair, answered eagerly. And I sat across the table, chewing food that tasted like dust.